everyone. Angie here from Pear Collections. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Today, we are sadly finishing up our latest series of Escaping the Corporate Life to Find Self-Love in the Style Tips and Tricks edition of Pear Collections. So obviously, we have the amazingly inspiring Christine joining us again. Hi, Christine.
Hi, beautiful.
Oh, I have so enjoyed recording this series. It's just, you've inspired me like a whole heap. I need to go and write down so many things from this entire series for things I want to start working on right now. But it's just been so fantastic to introduce you to our community and share your story because now, okay, first, disclaimer, if you haven't watched the last 3 episodes, go and watch those episodes before watching this one. Just a disclaimer, because I'm about to do some spoiler alerts. Just everyone watching. But it's just been so fantastic for us to be able to share your story and share how you have been able to turn your life around and almost do that mirror effect of doing the exact opposite of what you used to do and really prioritize yourself, prioritize your values, and prioritize just being true to who you are, and how it's positively impacted and changed your life, created this business that is all about empowering and celebrating other people's beautiful passions. And it's just so refreshing to see someone doing that. Because it's not
Thank you.
It's
Thank
really
you.
incredible. Yeah,
Thank you.
It's been really, I know, talking about these topics in the last few episodes, they aren't easy, but I know your passion for it is going to inspire so many people. So I thought for today, we could finish this series. We've kind of gone through, done the overview about self-love, gone in and done the negatives. So I thought today we could really just focus on the positives and discuss how we can positively action the concept of self-love today for our listeners, which I'm really excited about. So I guess my first question would be in this episode, what would you suggest the first step in following your passion and prioritizing your own self-love to a listener or to a viewer watching this today?
We all have things we don't like about ourselves, but I'm sure we all have something that we do like about ourselves. So if we can choose just one thing and to focus on it. So I like my eyes. Okay, so that was my first thing. I always thought, I like my eyes. And then it was the hair, because I'm very fortunate. I have dead straight hair, so I can walk out the shower and
you
this
have
is what I get.
Hair. You have thick hair. You have lush.
It's thin, but there's a lot.
Thin? Oh, it looks thick.
Thin. Yeah, but there's a lot. So
I have had hair envy about you.
So find the one thing that you like about yourself and love on it even more. You know, if it's your hair, do something nice to your hair. Make sure it's washed. It's, whatever you need to do. If it's your feet, buy nice shoes, like all that sort of stuff. There's always going to be one thing that you love. So you need to start with just that one thing, and then it slowly grows to that. Because what happens is that when we show up, and I talked a lot about being inauthentic before, is when we're showing up inauthentic, and I say that we wear all these masks and labels, we're going to be super tired because we're not showing up as ourselves. So instead of you thinking, I've got to show up as myself, I've got to show up, just focus on that one thing that you want to bring forward to let shine to everybody else. So it's just one thing, and then you slowly break it down and you start finding more things that you like about yourself. And then you actually start showing up as you, as the most beautiful version of yourself, because you've loved on yourself so much and you're bringing that forward to the world.
I love that. And I did do that. I didn't know I was doing that when I first started. But yeah, because I've always loved my smile. Even when I was in kindergarten, people always called me like the smile child. I always had this big beaming smile, and that, you're right, that is something that I've looked in the mirror and I'm like, I'm really not loving my legs today, but look at that mouth. Yeah. And I had braces and everything. I'm like, look at all that work. Look at that nice smile.
Yeah.
You're so right. It does really help change the way you look at so many different things about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And it takes the pressure off, because otherwise all we're doing is trying to please everybody else. So please yourself and go, hey, I love it. Like, I'm fortunate. My eyes change color. They either go green or blue. So, and I'm like,
hate that. I've always wanted green or blue eyes. They're gorgeous.
I'm like really fortunate. Like, and But, you know, like 6 years ago, I'd be like going, oh God, you know, you're disgusting, you're fat, you're ugly, like, you know, all this sort of stuff. Whereas now I find things and I'm like, you know what, how fortunate am I? Like that I get to, you know, to have amazing hair, like to have eyes that change color, that I can wear a red lipstick. Not too many people can wear red lipstick. Like there's all these different things. And by doing that, I'm like, yeah, go you. Like, you know what? That's amazing. And then I don't have to show up inauthentically. I'm showing up as me because I'm actually loving myself today. It doesn't have to be, like I said, don't remember there's no such thing as perfection. It's just that tiny little bit that we need. And that will continue to, like, it just seeps through. And other people will start to notice it. So they're going to love on you. So then you're going to go, oh, yeah, I got it. Like, you know, and it just keeps going. So you just got to start with one little thing and love on it even more.
I love that so much. That is such good advice. And you're right. It's one of those things, because I really try in doing the thing where you, when you're getting ready in the morning, to look at yourself and say one nice thing about yourself. It can be about your body. It can be about how brilliant you are, anything, but look in the mirror and say one nice thing to start your day positively. And yeah, it is always something that I love. Like I love my smile. I love my lips, but I can't wear lipstick because my lips are so naturally so deep that it looks ridiculous. So yeah, you do look very good with red lipstick. I do have to say. You know, but it's going in and just focusing on that one thing. And sometimes today, I really liked how I did my hair, but I didn't notice it first until I was smiling, going, you have a great smile. This is great. And then I was like, oh, actually, I'm liking this today. And you're right. It naturally broadens.
Yeah.
I never even realized I was doing it.
No, I didn't realize. And, you know, I learned that. I was doing a life coaching course and that's where I learned it all. And I'm like, oh,
perfect.
I'm doing it. Like, it's okay. So to start with one thing, you know, when you look, if you're standing at the bottom of a hill and you've got all these stairs, you don't go from the bottom to the top. You just take one stair at a time. And that's the same with loving ourselves. That's the same with starting a business. It's with everything. It's the same with relationships. Like, it's one step at a time. Don't try and get to the end because you're actually going to miss all of the amazing things that happen.
And I don't know about you, but my journey so far, because you're right, you never stop. The journey never ends. But my journey so far in actually rediscovering who I am and learning to love myself has actually had such beautiful little moments where I would have, if I didn't do it, I would have never experienced or learned that thing about me. And the journey really is the thing that's worth it. It's not always like the end of the rainbow with the lucky charms. Sometimes it's just the rainbow. That's the end goal kind of thing. So
that's right.
Love that. Now, for people listening to this, there's always going to be that one person being like, I've tried that. I've tried doing the focusing on the one thing. I've tried even doing, you know, a life coaching program. I've tried all of that and it's still just not working for me. You know, I still can't look at myself in the mirror and say anything positive. What would you say to someone struggling with that sense of self-love?
It's a really good point. And I think we all get to that point. Some, you know, like we just literally can't see. And, you know, it literally is like having a storm all around us that we just can't see outside of it. So this is when you need to step out of self. And I would say message 3, 5 of the most honest people that you know that you feel like you can trust, and simply say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this, and it could be put a post up or I'm writing a journal at the moment, and I'd love for you to share what you think are my 3 top qualities about myself. And then they will message you back, and then you would sit there going, oh, really? I didn't even think of that. Oh, it's so nice that do you know what I mean? Like, and get it from those other people because that starts you. And, you know, I've done that before because I wanted to. Sometimes we can see our own reflection, you know, and we can't, you can't see past, you know, we're always thinking that we're our old version of ourselves. So if you've gone through some sort of breakthrough or you've gone through a personal journey or you're even just starting in self-love, reach out to those people that, you know, you really respect that are going to give you that honest truth. And sometimes we don't want to hear the honest truth, but they will because they're going to love on you and find this amazing quality that's going to start you to finding out, oh, okay, I can start with that. I can go with this.
Oh my gosh, I almost like just screamed into my mic. I One of the books I was reading through, it was going through and rediscovering your passion for business, your passion for life. And one of the exercises I had to do was actually message, I think it was 3 or 5 people, and I had to ask for my top 5 qualities and what they love about me most. And I was horrified to have to do this. In fact, I think I put it off and I stopped reading the book for 2 months because I was in such a negative space. I was terrified to get the responses back from people.
Yeah.
But once I finally did, it was incredible. And it totally changed my focus on things. That was such good advice. I didn't even think of that. No, it is scary to ask people to give that kind of feedback. But you know, I started easy for myself. I first asked my mom. She's my mom. She loves me, but she also knows me really well. So she isn't afraid to call me out on things. But I started easy. And then I went to my partner. Then I went to my best friend. And then I kind of pulled out for my other ones and did ones that were further, not so close to me. And it helped me. I did it one at a time because I knew if I did it all at once, it would be too terrifying and I would get overwhelmed. And then I would stop doing it in general. I don't know if anyone else has done stuff like that in the past. You get too overwhelmed and then you run away.
Yeah.
So I did it, and you're completely right. It really helped me start turning it around. And I know one of the things my partner actually said, and is actually why he's one of the main reasons why I opened up my second business. One of the things that he listed, I had never even considered about myself. It was never on my track. And he's like, no, that's honestly one of the reasons why I love you. Like, that is like one of my number one things about you. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I took apart, what I did is I took it one step further because I'm really crazy. I broke down for each of their things that they wrote about me. I made myself go in and then write how I saw that quality and how I want, like what I can do to start trying to think of myself the way they think of me. Did you do that when you did that exercise? Or
I went even deeper. Like I had to sort of see it, like step yourself out, I guess, at a body sort of thing, and sort of do that self-reflection back, because a lot of the times is that we have all these beautiful natural gifts that we don't actually see because we just do it. And when other people see us doing it, they're in awe because they may not have it or they can't do that sort of thing. So it's sort of in a way, like, as I said, like stepping out and seeing yourself as this whole with all of these amazing people telling you all this sort of stuff. And you actually see this different version of yourself, because it's not the person looking in the mirror, because that's just your reflection back. But if you can close your eyes and just have all those words or those, you know, stories that they've told you about you, you actually start to craft this new person. And that's the person you actually want to step into. And it's quite I'm a real spiritual person, so I've learned how to do the meditation, I learned how to do visualizations and stuff, and it really does allow you to see this future person of who you want to step into and who you want to embrace, because you're actually accepting now, and this is what's happened with you, you're actually accepting what they've said. And it's when that acceptance comes, because we're no longer resisting, because we've actually got the self-love, we're accepting now, with it, that's when we can start vision ourselves and see ourselves in that new light.
Oh, you're so true. And it's such a great way. Anyone listening to this or watching this episode, because I know some people just listen to these episodes, definitely, if you are struggling with trying to start this process, this journey, this is, I think, probably one of the best ways to really get it started. Find out why your loved ones love you. Find out what attributes about you that they love and that they really respect. You're right. I think it's such a great way to just start today. And thank you so much for sharing that. You're so incredible.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. You've been so empowering in these episodes, and I know that it's going to resonate with a lot of women in this similar kind of situation where they've gone down, whether it's personal, career, both, anything. We all have our own battles, and first prioritizing who you are, and that you're also, the reason I like doing these episodes, it's showing that you're not alone in this feeling as well. I think is really, really great. So Thank you so much for sharing this journey.
Oh, my pleasure. My absolute pleasure. I just, as I said to you, I just never want anyone to go through what I've experienced. So I feel like this is more than a passion. This is my legacy. This is my legacy to leave behind, to show people what is possible. Because we have untapped potential in all of us. And you just need to find your right tribe, find the people that get you, find the people that you're going to be inspired by, and you will be amazed at what comes. So just remember this moment where you are right now, because your life will change forever when you start actually loving on yourself.
Love it. Love it. I think we need to just finish the series there with that one statement right there. If you do want to learn more about Christine and follow through and really embrace her legacy, I have all of her links in the description below, including the amazing feature that we were in the last edition of the Corporate Escapists. Definitely take a look at it. Every single person that was featured in that edition were so inspiring, and I think are people who have gone through this process as well, which is really helpful, I think. So definitely check out her website, check out all of the magazine editions and her socials to continue watching her flourish as the amazing person that you are. Like, you really, even since we've met, I think you've flourished even more, or at least you're showing it more on Instagram. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Like, as I said, I work on myself every day, so
yeah,
it's amazing, and I'm just, like, I see that in you too. And I just want to say a big thank you for having me here, but also too with entrusting me to share your story even more with our audience, because that is just the pure definition of what we're all about. Like, amazing people just like you that are following their passion, but have this sense of help for others and care for others. So thank you so much.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining us. And I can't wait to see what comes next for you and the magazine, business, everything. I'm really excited to be along your journey. So for everyone watching, and myself as well, I usually finish our usual send off to everyone, but I would like to collectively, from all of our listeners, all of our followers, all of our community, say thank you, and say our saying to you, because you are beautiful, you are empowering and inspiring, and I just want you to also remember to love your curves.
Thank you.